Alright, so it's been a while since I've done one of these. I just got so caught up in distraction and everything that I haven't been able to do it. The first one I did was way too long for YouTube, so I apologize for that. Also, the lighting quality wasn't too great. I don't know exactly what it is. Might have been my face was too close to the light. I might have been that I was wearing a white shirt. Who knows what was going on. But also, it was just a little bit too long about my trip to Berlin, also to Frankfurt. But this one I'm just going to try and make it a little bit shorter. When I went to Berlin, today is Friday, November 7th. So I went 2 weekends ago. We're coming up on a weekend now, it's Friday. And we went to Berlin Thursday and Friday night at midnight. We met up in Mannheim with a group called Visum. Translated into English, the initials mean the Union of International Students, or Student Partners, at the University of Mannheim. And Visum is a good organization, not necessarily the most efficient, but their trips are really great. They always go to Berlin every year. They went also to Dresden this year, but it didn't really work out for me to go. It wasn't. I didn't hear a lot of good things about it. Dresden isn't that big of a city just to visit for an entire weekend. You'd go to Leipzig and Dresden at the same time, and maybe even to Prague. So from there, we went to Berlin. We left here in Mannheim at midnight, Thursday into Friday. It took us about 9 hours to get there with 2 stops in between. Also, we hit rush hour traffic coming into Berlin, so we got there about 9 o'clock in the morning. It wasn't very good. The traveling, there was a lot of different things going on, but we got there. That's all that matters. We got there. Right on arrival, we got into the house. We put our bags down quickly, and after that, we went to the Brandenburger Tor on Unter den Linden, which is a very Unter der Linden, excuse me, which is a very famous street that used to be the main street of Berlin before the Second World War. It sort of got caught up and divided after the second one. We met at the Brandenburg Gate, which is Brandenburger Tor auf Deutsch, and started there with our tour. It was a guided tour free. I don't know if they paid for it, but I think it was supposedly free. The guy was Aussie, so he English, funny. It was really nice. From the Brandenburger Gate tour, we did a little bit of history, but I know it. I don't need to go over it. If you want to know about it, there's one girl who didn't know what the Berlin Wall was, so that's what a lot of this thing has to do for it with. After that, we walked to the Jewish Memorial, which is right there, right down the street from the Bundestag, which is their seat of government, seat of power and everything. It's called the Denkmal für die ermordeten Juden Europas, and Denkmal is a memorial, and for the ermordeten Juden, for the murdered Jews, and then Europas is Europe. So it's very cool, very modern. It's supposed to be self-interpretation of what it is. A lot of people, when you go with a big group of people and you all walk through it starting in the same place, you lose a lot of people along, like you see a lot of people as you walk across different aisles, but then you start losing people until it's just 1 or 2 people left. It's very, very moving. After that, we walked to where Hitler's bunker used to be. Just a little bit of history, the Brandenburg Gate and where the Jewish Memorial is now and everything. Actually, yeah, the Jewish Memorial, yeah. It was on the east side. All on the east side. Brandenburg Gate, if you remember the pictures, the wall falling November 9th, 1989, was a big place because it hadn't been open. The U.S. Embassy actually is right at the Brandenburg Gate, but it just opened this year. And it had been there previously before World War II, but it was Russian control. Actually, it was just part of like a shoot zone, like if anybody was found in it. So a lot of these places that are historically filled are part of the Old East. So that's where a lot of Berlin's history comes from. So the whole tour is actually part of the East Side. There's not much to see in the West. It's very commercialized. There's one thing I'll go over. We went to Hitler's bunker at the parking lot now. The Russians didn't really have any use for it. East Germans, didn't have any use for it. They were run by the Russians, but the DDR government, DDR is Deutsche Demokratische Republik. It was the East German government, German Democratic Republic in English. Yeah, I just know DDR. And the DDR just tore it up and brought the bunker. It got a lot of speculation. The site wasn't actually really visited until the movie Der Untergang, or The Downfall, came out, and it's a big movie. It's a huge German movie about Hitler's last few days there. So definitely I'd suggest it. It's definitely my Christmas list in German though. English, I don't think it's even been translated. It's just subtitles in English, but great movie. After that, we went to the Gestapo headquarters. During World War II, it was the only building that really survived intact in East Berlin. The Russians took it as their embassy during the time of the east-west divide, the Iron Curtain, or when the Mauer was built. The Mauer is the wall. It's the Berliner Mauer. After that, the wall part, the section of the wall is still standing right there, which is really cool. Walked down to Checkpoint Charlie. Everybody knows what Checkpoint Charlie is. Place of the burning of the books. It's called Opernplatz. Heinrich Heine has a quote there. Translated, I don't have it right in front of me right now, but it's like, when one first burns books, then the burning of people is shortly going to happen after that. And very moving. It's in German. If you want to ask me for it, I can find it. After that, we went to the museums in Zoll, the Museum Island, which was really nice. Berlin's known for a lot for its museums, and this museum, just a little bit to go into it now, I went to it the next day, but in 2015 they're going to have it all renovated. It was part of the East. Russians didn't have anything, didn't use it that much from what I know. So they're doing there's 5 museums on the island, and they're renovating one by one, and they are down to the last 2, I believe. Starting next year, they're going to start those last 2 and hopefully be done with everything by 2015. It's pretty amazing what they have done. A lot of construction going on, but it's weird that it's still being part of the East-West divide. After that, we went back to Hasselgasse and went to Zoologischer Garten, which was the heart of the West. Of West Berlin during the day, and right there, the only big thing there is called Kaiser Wilhelm Gedächtniskirche, and this kirche or church, it was actually a cathedral, was bombed out during the war. There's only sections remaining, but they didn't tear it down. They left it up and built a structure very similar and modern next to it. Very moving, very modern, very cool to see, especially at night. We went back to, and Visum had this night to everyone have fun. They went out to a club together. Nothing spectacular. After that, Saturday we went to the museums. We went to the Altes Museum, which is the old museum, which also contains the Ägyptische Museum, which is the Egyptian museum. Has the Nefertiti's famous headpiece, which is really cool to see. Spent some time there. There's also a Roman museum down, it's probably the Römische Museum. After that we went to the Pergamon Museum, which has a temple inside of it, the front of the temple, not the whole thing, but it has literally, the main room is huge. Really cool, also has the Babylon Gate there, or Gates Babylon, I don't know what it translates to in English, it's really bad, it's Babylonische Gate, Tor in German. Spent a lot of time, we spent most of our day there, it was really good. After that we went to the Bundestag, or also known as the Reichstag, and that's where the city government was, Hitler's city government, and everybody knows about that. Also today it's still the place where German government is held, the parliament. It's really cool, you can go up to the top of it. It's the only place I know you can get into free without problems. You have to go through some here, but not bad. After that we went to the Berlin Hauptbahnhof just to get a meal. Really, really cool. That whole area over there, I definitely suggest walking from there, from the Bundestag to the Hauptbahnhof, or main train station, and Hauptbahnhof is main train station. It's something I say every day. So it's really cool, modern. There's 20 tracks or something like that, but half of them are on the bottom floor, and then the other half are on the 6th floor. So it's really cool. They have so much stuff in there. After that we went to Potsdamer Platz, which is where the first part of the wall first fell. If you go look at the chronicle of the history over years, you'll see how much it's changed. It's now where the Deutsche Bahn headquarters building. It's the biggest building in Berlin. Also the Sony Center is there. They saw a movie. It's just an amazing area. I definitely suggest getting dinner there one night if you have some time or whatnot. After that we went to the Alexanderplatz, and really cool. It was the heart of the East, and they have all their projects that they had for social projects. So whatever. They still have a lot of them standing, and also the big Fernsehturm is there, and it's one of the projects and it's one of the highlights of Berlin that you can always see from anywhere. And we found a bar that served Berliner Weisse, and Berliner Weisse is the French were not akin to German beer in its bitterness, so they added a flavor shot to it. And so after that, the next morning we went to the East Side Galleries, and that's where the east after the wall had fallen, and before the reunification via Vereinigung, they had what did they do? They let artists come in and do it. It was really cool, really moving, seeing all the pieces of art. After that, we got on the bus. We went to Potsdam on our way back. Potsdam is right outside Berlin. It's where Kaiser Wilhelm had his castle, his Schloss, and his palace actually, and it's called Sanssouci. Yes, French influence, if you can't tell. It was really beautiful. We walked around for a little bit, had a few hours, and then we headed back to Berlin. This will end this part, headed back to Mannheim after that, and we got back late at night. This will end this part. I will do Frankfurt and a little video. It'll be very short after this, so keep on checking.